prepare for liftoff.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're here for our final matchday simulation. It's Chelsea taking on Watford. Chelsea have had good form since coming back for Project Restart. They only lost against West Ham dramatically. That shows their inconsistency throughout the season, but they have good form, so I'm sure they'll come ahead of this Watford team who struggled with form since coming back from Project Restart. And to be honest, they've struggled throughout the season, and that's why they're just above the relegation zone. But I'm seeing Chelsea coming out on top here. They're going to have a hard-fought win here, but they're going to come out on top with a 3-1 victory. Let's see what FIFA thinks is going to happen. And we're here at Stamford Bridge where Chelsea host this Watford team. Chelsea, you would think, are going to get the win, but will they have some confidence loss after that match against West Ham when West Ham came back and did the damage? But we have to talk about confidence, then we have to say this Watford team is lacking confidence, and they've been showing it. That's why they're just above the relegation zone, and they still have a chance of falling into the relegation zone and getting dropped back into the championship if they're not careful. They need to get points wherever they can for the rest of the season, and they'll be hoping even for a draw against this Chelsea team. But I still think Chelsea are going to come out on top, like I said earlier, a 3-1 victory. But let's see, maybe a Delafeo like it's showing up there, or maybe a Joy Deeney can score a dramatic goal and get them a win. Kante breaking away here now. Giroud! Good save there. You have to say this Chelsea team, like the Man United team, have good young players coming through, and they're looking like promising teams, like they're going to be challenging the likes of Man City and Liverpool next season. Do they have enough to challenge for the title and get that win? I don't think so, not just yet. Chelsea have added a few good players, so they might be closer than Man United, but there's still a long way to go to get back to that level. Messina on the ball, Decore, Cabaselli, Capu in midfield for this Watford team. This woeful Watford team, but it's Messina in here. If he can pick out a ball, it's just behind. That was a good ball in there, but it was just slightly behind, so he couldn't take it in his stride. Hughes now coming forward. Hughes spreads it wide here for Delafeo. Messina here. Willian in terms of problems here. Messina still on the ball. Delafeo. Hughes now on the ball. Gets it to Delafeo. Delafeo loses possession. It's Willian breaking away here now. He's looked good, and whichever team he decides to join come transfer time, he's going to be good there. He's been a class player for this Chelsea team. It's a shame that they're letting him go, but they do have the likes of Hudson-Odoi to come in, but does he have the ability to replace what Willian has done for this Chelsea team? They've also got Pulisic. Pulisic has also looked good. Alonso now breaking away for Chelsea. Ball forward for Mount. Another young player here. This Chelsea team has a good amount of young players. Do they have enough experience to help these young players develop into the world-class prospects they could be? That's the question. It's cleared there. Sarr gives it back to... not Sarr. What's his name? Azpilicueta? No. Alonso gives it back to him. Oh gosh, I lost my train of thought there. Jorginho now to put it forward, but he doesn't. He goes wide to his midfield partner in Kovacic. Alonso. Kovacic. Gives it back to Alonso. Can Alonso work his way forward here? No one in the box there for the ball to come into. Giroud. Kante! No, yes! Kante with the goal. What a goal. for one of the shortest men in the Premier League. He's come in with a headed goal, and a great headed goal there. Bottom corner, out of the reach, and it's Chelsea 1, Watford 0. Good attempt there. That's a good header. And you have to be questioning your defense there. Messina towers above Kante, and he was nowhere to be seen. Not close enough to put the pressure on Kante. And that's going to be a shame if they do decide to sell Kante in the transfer window, because he is a great player. Any team would be grateful to have his ability on the ball and his industry. He is a hard-working player. He won the title with Leicester, and he's looked good in this Chelsea team. Willian now breaking forward. Can Chelsea add another one here? He cuts it back. Goes all the way to Azpilicueta. Can Azpilicueta get it into the box? Yes, he can. Can Giroud? Ooh. And the ball is just wide there by Giroud. Good leap there. Just couldn't get enough on it. And goes harmlessly wide. Now with the likes of Werner coming in and Abraham, will this be the time where Chelsea sell off Giroud? He's coming to the closing stages of his career, and he would like to probably play more matches than he is currently in this Chelsea team. So you could see him moving on. Same reason he moved on from Arsenal. Kante with great defensive work there. Kante spreads it wide for Willian. Still Willian. Willian. Ball into the box is headed out by the Watford team. And I'm sure Capoue could have made it to that ball. He just put zero effort in to get to it. Kovacic. Still Kovacic. Jorginho now on the ball. Kante. Giroud. Kante. Cleared there. Chelsea putting on so much pressure on this Watford team. Surely the second goal will be coming soon. Luckily for this Watford team, it's nearly the end of the half, so they can get themselves back into that mentality to at least try compete against this Chelsea team. Get a goal back. Jorginho. Giroud. Oh, couldn't squeeze it past the goalkeeper. And that's it for this half. Chelsea 1, Watford 0. And we're back here for the second half. Chelsea had 64% of the possession, 4 shots on target, and you felt like that second goal was coming. Thankfully for Watford, that freaking halftime whistle came and it saved them, because Chelsea was looking the more likely to score the next goal. Kante now on the ball. Jorginho. Zuma putting it forward. Kante. What can he produce from here? Willian on the ball. Jorginho. Back to Kante. Jorginho. Giroud. Oh, couldn't get the shot off there for Kovacic. Mount now to get the ball back in. Kovacic tries to head it back in, but it's Firmino for this Watford team. Can they hold on to possession? Can they build the... No, they cannot. You would hope they could string a few passes together just to alleviate some of this pressure. This Chelsea team is being relentless with the pressure they're putting on them. Good work by Firmino. Hughes now back to Firmino, but it's lost again. Another throw in for Chelsea. This Watford team just can't get out of their own half. Kovacic. Mount back to Kovacic. Can he get a ball into the box? He dribbles in, offside. Couldn't find Jorginho in the onside position. Mount coming off. Who's going to be his replacement? Pedro, another man that will probably be leaving this Chelsea club. But that adds more pace and more problems for Watford defence. Firmino. Back to Chelsea. Kovacic now. Pedro, Kovacic, Pedro, Jorginho. That has to be offside for Pedro. Jorginho should have tried to get the ball back into the middle where Giroud was running in. Maybe he could have lobbed that up for a header. But instead he chose the wrong pass. Firmino trying to pick out Dini. Dini! Oh, he should have went for the lob. Great save there by Kepa. That was nearly the moment there. The ball just happened to be going through beautifully in his path. Everything was right there. Just the shot was wrong. Dini back on the ball. Dini with the chance for Watford. The biggest chance of the match. Delafeo. Hughes now on the ball. Back to Capu. Sarr couldn't get to the ball, and it's now Chelsea breaking away with Pedro. Pedro needs to make the run down the channel so Alonso could find him. Spread wide here for Alonso. Pedro now making a run, but it is great defending there. And it's Giroud coming off. Abraham coming on. More problems here for this Watford backline. A different type of striker to keep them on their edge. Kabasele, Firmino, Capu, Hughes, Decore spreads it wide here for Messina, Cathcart, and it's Abraham on the ball now. Poor ball by Cathcart. Abraham's got such pace, and it's spread too much there for Willian. It's back with Watford. As it stands, they still have a chance to get back into this match. We saw earlier with that chance for Dini how quickly this match can change for them. But that's a poor pass. Good throwing position here for Chelsea, and it's now with Kante. Chelsea really need to get that second goal, which looked like it was coming at the end of the first half. They just didn't have enough time. Kabasele, Decore now. Hughes back to Kabasele. Couldn't get it to the wing there with Delafeo. It's cut out by Chelsea, and it's Chelsea back on the attack. Kovacic, Kante. Kante back to Kovacic. Abraham. Abraham needs to take the shot on there. The pass to Pedro just wasn't on. Messina. Decore. Decore loses possession. It's been a lot of wayward passes by this Watford team. And that's why Chelsea has just stayed on the attack. Could be their pressure forcing these errors. Abraham loses possession. That's the second time since coming on. Kabasele now. Goes all the way back to Foster. Foster puts it out when he really didn't need to. He had no pressure on him. Dini coming off. Dini had the chance of the half for this Watford team. It's now Gray coming on. Kante. Still Kante. Kante goes back to Azpilicueta. Willian on the ball. Good dribbling there by Willian. Can he get a decent ball in? Yes. Abraham just couldn't get his head to it. Sarr breaking away. Delafeo. Sarr just couldn't keep position. And it's now with Kante. Spreads it wide for Azpilicueta. Kante. Willian on the ball. Back to Kante. Kante with the ball to Pedro, but it's cleared there. Gray now with his first touch. Sarr. Gray. Capu spreads it wide here for Firmino. Back into Capu. Decore. Delafeo now on the ball. Decore. Capu. Firmino. Oh, he hits the side netting with that attempt. He needs to be hitting this across the box with pace. Give his attackers a chance to at least try get something on that. But they have the corner. Good defending there by Chelsea. And that's it for this match. Chelsea win 1-0 against this poor Watford team. So this match has ended, and according to FIFA, Chelsea will win it, same as my prediction, but they're going to only win it by 1 goal margin, whereas I think Chelsea are going to come out 3-1 victors against this Watford team who are struggling at the bottom of the table. That's it today though for our action in the English Premier League and our matchday simulations. Tomorrow we got 4 more matches coming to you, so be sure to join me with that. All you have to do is comment, like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you can get notified when those videos are on my channel tomorrow. Until then, peace.